Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to an episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am super excited to come to you today with another fresh new episode for your Friday. Hope you guys are doing well and having a great week out there, crushing it. I want to come to you today and have a quick little short fun Friday show for you, talking about continuing our series on the top things, the top mistakes that I see entrepreneurs make. And this is a couple things that are probably going to be wrapped into one conversation, but there's a lot to go around here. There's a lot of things to navigate, a lot of things to talk about. One of them is how you handle problems. When problems arise, how do you handle it? And we're just hopping right in, right? This is a Friday. You're out there getting it. You're crushing it. You're saying, you know what? Let's go. Let's kill the year. All right, we ain't got time for none of that. Just like sit around, beat around the bush talk. Let's get to it. Let's get to business. And this is a big mistake that I see, how people react. When you are someone who's done it yourself for a long time, maybe you've had one guy with you, something like that, your best friend or something, you are not as cautious to the way that you react to something happening that is not a good thing. You have something bad happen, something negative happen, and you don't know how to handle the situation. Well, let me stop and tell you this. You should read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That is mandatory high school reading, in my opinion. I shared this in my business networking group here locally. Not many people had read it, and I was like, look, this has to be, you have to read this. If you own a business, you have to read this. And if you are struggling with this and here's the thing, maybe you don't know it, right? Maybe you don't know. What are your problems in your business that you don't even know about? You don't know what you don't know. And if this is one of them, you need to nip it in the bud. You have to learn how to talk to people and how to treat people. You may think, well, I was raised where if I messed up or I made a stupid mistake, I was getting reprimanded, like pretty hard. My parents weren't going to let me off easy, right? If you're that age of 25 to 50, you probably had some pretty rough parents because they were raised a little rougher. And so that was passed down to you. You didn't have a lot of crap didn't fly. There wasn't a lot of room to just like make errors and mistakes. Like you had to be on your P's and Q's just about at all times. Well, it shifted today. Let's just put it out there. Shifted today. And if you're employing people under 25 right now, you have to handle them totally different than what you would handle a 30, 40, 50-year-old. And this is just along the whole how to win friends and influence people, how to talk to people thing. That's its own thing, right? You should do that no matter what age you're employing. But if you're employing the younger generation, guys, they are a little bit, what's the word? It's not softer, but kind of softer. They don't know how to handle maybe the pressure or the tension, maybe, and they don't know how to. When something goes wrong, they may not know how to handle it the right way. They may get really emotional about it. They may shut down. They may upset them, just because that's the way that they were raised. And so it's not a negative thing. I'm not talking bad about it. I'm not talking bad about anything nothing like that. I'm just saying I have seen it. I've employed many younger people up to this point, like high school, young 20s, and I see this trend happening. And we currently have an ex-Marine that works with us, and this is an area that we really get to learn and train and lead together in, because he's a Marine, right? It is very straightforward, cutthroat, like, look, this is the way things need to be done. Do them this way. We have no issue, right? And if something happens, well, why did you do it that way? You didn't do it the way that you were supposed to do it. And these are all things that are literally like ingrained in him. That's what happens when you go to boot camp. That's what happens when you serve. He was overseas. He was deployed. Like, he is following training to a T. And he will follow training to a T, which is a good thing. But I have to train, right? And so we'll come back to training down the road. We may have talked through training some, but that's going to be a topic that we hit a little harder once we get really deep into it further into the spring. But this is an area that we are both getting to grow in and learn in, and I'm having to learn how to lead this, right? Because I see the way that he may respond or talk to someone, and it's a little bit different than what I would do, simply because that's what he's kind of got to deal with and go with. That's his basis. His basis is his military training. It's what you fall to the level of your training, right? And so in this case, it's good training. It's just when you're talking to Marines, and we don't work with Marines every day, right? So we can't be quite as harsh, quite as blunt, quite as straightforward with the people that we work with. So let's go about a negative situation, right? And let me talk to you about why this really matters. So let me rewind this a little more. If you've listened to the show over the past couple of years, you've probably heard me say and talk about when I first hired him. We were working. I don't remember what happened. I literally don't remember what happened. But long story short, something happened that was not a good thing. Something negative happened. And he said, verbatim, I was waiting to see how you handled a problem before I committed to working with you. And that statement will stick with me for the rest of my entrepreneurial journey. For as long as I lead people, for as long as I have any people under me, I do any type of employee training, I do any type of sharing, networking, business growth, whatever I do in the future, right? That statement will be in almost probably every presentation I use, because it's 100% true. Like, he was open, he was honest, he was telling me, look, you fly off the handle, you react, you cuss me out, you call me a dog because I messed up one time, I'm out. I don't want to work in an environment like that. And guys, that may be how your parents treated you. It may be how you were raised. You may not think anything about it, right? You may not think anything about it. And it's just like, it's one of those things that you have to change your history. You have to do it. You have to change the way that things were ingrained in you if it's a negative thing. You have to realize you're making your own future, your own path, your own business. This is up to you, right? Your future is up to you. What decisions are you going to make with it? Are they going to be positive? Are they going to help people? Are they going to impact people? Are they going to be negative? And so when he said that, it stuck with me, it resonated with me. It'll always stick with me, right? It's always literally, I've already said I'm going to use it all the time, forever as I go. But let's fast forward to today, talk about another situation. And we had one happen this week. We were sitting there and we were looking at the mini excavator. We had just dug a 200, or not a 200, probably a 80 to 100 foot French drain. And we were on the last stretch, ran out of fuel, going to get some gas. We had some gas in the truck, went and got the can. I was doing something else. They started putting gas in the machine, fill it up, get it running right. I look over, and I'm like, that's not where you should be holding the gas can to put gas in here. Fuel, 87 octane fuel, was being put into the hydraulic pump system. I don't know what went through my head in the first half a second, right? I don't really, I don't cuss. I try to keep a clean mouth. It is one of those things that I try to do, not because I'm better than thou, right? I do believe that the Bible talks about having a clean mouth, not talking vile or Just keeping up with your language, right? I try to set myself a little bit apart from people who are not followers of Christ. Like, what is the difference? And it's not a top down, better than you approach, right? It is embodying the Christ-like mentality that I'm trying to do. And so I try to keep a clean mouth, right? Like, my employees have probably heard me cuss 5 times, right? Like, not a ton. And he was sitting there. Excuse me, I gotta get a sip of water. I'm not drinking any fancy water. I'm just drinking refrigerator water. It is filtered, though. I cannot do water that is not filtered. Some people have really, really like hard water. Just you can taste it. Florida water, terrible. You ever go to Florida on vacation? Don't drink out of the tap. It's no good. Very, very hard. Anyway, probably heard me cuss 5 times. And I look over, and I don't even remember what, the thought that just went through my head, I was like, I think I literally said, whoa, what the SHIT are you doing? And he just stopped and looked at me, and I was pretty loud. I don't think I said what. I think I said, what are you doing? I think I said, what is happening, right? Because I was just like, what am I watching right now? What's going on? And he looked, and I'm putting fuel in here. All right, so like in the moment, he could tell I was a little like, he was like, whoa, okay, something's wrong because of my initial reaction. But then after that, I never got on to him again. Never degraded him, tore him down, like nothing like that. We have 4 other people there with us. It's not my job to embarrass you or make you upset with a bunch of people around. And that's something you also have to think about. If you're in a group in a team setting and you have people that are there watching, you don't tear down, you don't try to correct, like you try to keep correct in private, right? You don't need to do that in front of their peers because that's a pride thing. And it just is in general, right? I don't want to be correcting a bunch of 5, 10, 15 people. So why should you do it to your employees? So I didn't go hard. Like, I was like, okay, my initial reaction was enough. Let's fix it, right? And so being upset about a problem, what does that do for you? Ask yourself the question, what does this do for me? Being upset about this issue, what good comes from me being upset? Absolutely nothing. There's literally nothing that comes good from it. All it does is put you in a bad mood, put your team in a bad mood, things get done wrong, mistakes get made, things get left short. Like, nothing good comes from it. Nothing. Never seen anything good come from it. So, as you go through these situations, you say, all right, this has happened. This is bad. What's the solution? Right? And that may be the title of today's show. What's the solution? Because all you should be worried about at that point is the solution to the problem that's just been created. If you don't have a solution, what's the point of even talking about it? There is none. Find a solution as soon as the problem arises, and find it with your team. Ask them, bring them in, right? He made the mistake. Okay, what are we going to do to fix it? Let him decide. Let him figure it out. Let him walk through and say, okay, this was the mistake that happened. Obviously, he did not do it on purpose. He didn't do it intentionally. It was not like neglect, misuse. It was none of that. Now, yeah, there's been some stuff that shouldn't have happened. Probably, like, there's a sign on there that says hydraulic oil, right? So could have been misinterpreted, because let me also say, next to the sign that said hydraulic oil, there was a little gas pump sign, or what appeared to be a gas pump sign. And this is a little Chinese mini excavator, right? And so everything's compact, it's tight. The gas tank is under the seat, so it's not it's not visible. You got to know where it's at, or you got to go looking for it. Now, this was obviously not a gas cap, right? It's a little silver twisty, like it was not a gas cap. It should not have happened. But I can't change it. The damage is already done. So we figure out what is the solution. And now moving forward, guess what? You know what I said in the moment? He was upset, obviously. Like, he was mad at himself because he made a mistake. He doesn't want to break equipment. Like, he uses that thing. That thing saves him a lot of energy. He doesn't want that thing to go down. What are his intentions, right? Find intentions. That's another thing you got to look at. Like, find intentions behind a mistake. Was it neglect? Was it misuse? Was it just ignorance? Was it lack of training, right? And this is just one of those instances where, like, there was no ill will or harm that was trying to be done to the machine. And so it's a simple mistake that anybody can make. And so I think once it happened, I was like, well, like, literally my only like, what is the word? I can't think of the word that I'm really searching for. Not reprimand, but the only really other statement that I said to him was, well, you won't do that again. Because he was visibly upset. And I didn't say it in a sarcastic tone. I was like, well, you won't do it again, will you? And he said, absolutely not. And so that's like, at the end of the day, guys, find, like, when a problem happens, right, in the moment, find the solution. Find the solution to the problem. That's the only thing, that's the only benefit, that's the only positive that's going to come from it. Find a solution. If you don't find a solution, then why are you even out there? You do no good. You shouldn't even be there. You shouldn't be around. If you can't find a solution or help the guys find a solution, you're doing no good. Once a solution has been found, once you're in private, then you can correct. You can talk through these things and make sure that they do have the proper training. And if punishment needs to come down, then punishment comes down. But that's done in private, right? And so you want to make sure that you check all your facts, get all your ducks in a row. You don't go accusing people. Don't go, like, calling people out, because you want to do the best thing that you can do to keep your employees with you for the long run. And that starts with a good environment. And a good environment is embodied by not flying off the handle when a mistake is made, because I promise you mistakes will be made. All that happens is your problems change when you add employees. People freak out. Employees suck, this, that, and the other. Like, yeah, you tell your employees you suck. Like, tell your employees they suck. Try to keep them, see how long that lasts. It ain't going to last very long, right? Nip that in the bud. Your people run your business. You build your people, your business will grow. But at the end of the day, you've got to sit here and say, what can I do to train better? What can I do to handle these situations better? Because all you're trying to do is build a team that performs, that is a high performer. And when you look at your team, you need to say, how is my training affecting them? When you build your team the proper way, you train them the proper way, your business is going to grow. Your business is going to grow. You're going to have mistakes. As you gain more people, as more people come on board, you are going to see more problems. You're going to see different problems, right? Yeah, they're going to be a little multiplied because you have more bodies to do them with. There's more opportunities for more problems. But that doesn't mean you just give up and you say, I'm not hiring because they just caused me problems. You train better. You train better. You invest in them. You show them that you care about them. You talk to them. You uplift them. You give them a good environment. My problems with 4, 5, 6 employees are just different than me having one problem. Or me being one solo operator. A solo operator and maybe a one-man band, one guy helping. You know what your problem is? Your problem is, man, it rained so much this week. I'm so behind. I can never get caught up. Or I'm sorry. I mean, I have a mower. My mower went down. I can't get caught up. I'm behind. I'm going to have to go rent one. I don't know what to do. Right? My problems with 4, 5, 6 people are, yeah, we were mowing today, threw a rock through a window on accident. Can you go fix this? Hey, a gate got left open. Can you go fix this? It's, hey, you have 4 trucks on the road now. Hey, this dude merged over on me without using a blinker, right? Like, and all 3 of those instances, by the way, fall to the level of training, correct? Those all go back to me. So what do I do in this situation? Do I get mad? Do I fly off the handle? No. Did I train you on that? Do we have a driving course? Right? My guys are about to go through a defensive driving course right now. And did they go through a driving course? Did they go through the things on how to weed eat, how to edge, where to point their stuff? No, they didn't. None of that. And so you have to make sure that you are holding your standards high. You have to make sure that your business is operating at peak efficiency with max amount of effort put in on your end to make sure that you are building your team. It's plain and simple. Short episode for you today. I want you to go take action on this, though. Put your people first. Back them. Build them. Train them. Your business will grow faster than you can even imagine. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. If we can ever help you, please let me know. It's a joy and an honor to get to do this 3 times a week, guys. I truly love it. Let's grow the community. Let's share the community. If you have any ideas, anything that you're looking for, anything you're missing out on that you feel like we should be bringing you, please don't hesitate to shoot me a message. I want to help you any way that I can. Go out there, crush it. Have a great week with your family. We'll see you here again on Monday. Without any further ado, that's going to wrap this one up. We look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.